What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another build guide video for you. I'm going to do a quick little announcement, just talking to you real quick. In the last video I don't think I described very well what my goal was with these videos is. All I'm doing is showing people who may be new to computer building or who may not be all that knowledgeable of computer parts, different ideas and ways to build a computer for different things. A computer can be built to the job needed for almost anything, whether you are browsing the internet or creating the next AAA game. So that's what I'm going to do with all these build guide videos, and of course whenever I can hopefully build these computers I will. So today we're actually doing two types of gaming computers. One is more of an entry-level gaming computer. It's not a console killer or anything like that, but it's a pretty good gaming rig. And then the second one is kind of like an overkill gaming rig, or even a beginner intermediate level, editing. Actually no, it's more than the beginning. It's a pretty good editing rig, but overkill gaming. We're going to start off with the cheaper of the two. Over here we have the Intel Core i3-6100. It is a Skylake based processor, which is, might as well go Skylake. It's the best processor out there right now. If you're going to build a whole new system, why not get the current generation? It is a dual core processor, but it has hyper-threading. That means you get 4 threads, not 2 cores, but 4 threads. Pretty cool little thing they do, and you're able to trick most games that require or recommend having 4 cores, like GTA 5 for instance. Recommend you before you start that game to have a quad core or better processor. This CPU will allow you to trick most games. You're cheating a little bit, but you're still getting good performance and you're going to get good use, browsing the internet, watching videos, stuff like that. Put on top of it, because I just don't believe in using factory heat sinks. I don't like them at all. I've only ever used it one time and I hated it. So we're going with the Hyper 212 Evo. It is, everyone knows this cooler. Everyone's used this cooler probably at one point or another. For the price you're paying, it's one of the best deals out there. There's not many that can compare for price to performance. I mean, there's a couple maybe from CryoRig, maybe from Be Quiet, but overall, they're all about the same. Really good cooler. It's very quiet, so it's going to help the acoustics, and that's always nice. You want to keep that in mind. Next up, you got to connect this stuff, right? So we're going with the Gigabyte LGA 1151 Intel H170. So if you're looking to do a future upgrade, this particular board will not support overclocking. It is a good board, nothing wrong with it, just the chipset doesn't do overclocking. So if you're looking maybe in the future to upgrade the overall build, this is somewhere you might want to spend more money in the beginning and get at least a Z170 board, so later on you can get an overclocked K-SKU chip. But it is good. It has all the stuff that you would want. DDR4 support. What else? It's got all of its got M.2 connector. That's always fun. 32 gig. Yep. It's got everything you really need. RAM slots, PCIe, all that. Nothing fancy. For RAM, said in the past, I'm a little bit of a stickler for G.Skill. I'm a huge fan. So we have G.Skill RAM. It's the Ripjaws 5 series. It's a 2x4 kit, so you don't have all 4 DIMM slots populated, but you don't need it. It is 3200 speed, so it's pretty fast. I wanted to make it fast because you only got 2 sticks. Might as well make it pretty fast RAM. Plus it's reliable. That's always good. Hard drive. Honestly, I just picked one of the cheapest hard drives that I would trust off of Amazon. This is something that you can easily upgrade in the future and have no problem with. This is a 640 gig. It will load up your operating systems and a bunch of games for a while without having to worry about anything. And it's 40 bucks, so can't beat that. Now the graphics card is actually one of the best parts about this because it is a new Pascal architecture. It's the EVGA NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060. The only problem with this, they're new. So a lot of places are still out of stock, although they're doing the bigger release here soon, or it may have happened by the making of this video. I haven't looked yet. But get your hands on one. It's a great, new generation budget card. 6 gigs of GDDR5, and it's also a pretty small form factor. As you can see here, it's not a long card. I believe it is, how long is it? It is 172 millimeters. That's pretty short. But $260 for a Pascal based architecture with 6 gigs of VRAM. You can't complain. The case I rent pretty basic, but from a good brand, Cooler Master. It's the N200 Micro ATX. No side panel, so you don't get to see all this nice hardware. So no LED lights, but 12 ventilated. Let's see if we can get these pictures up. Loading. Come on, Newegg. There we go. Inside here, a lot of open space, pretty easy to work in. It does have 240mm radiator support. That's nice. It does come with a exhaust fan and any intake. Looks like one intake fan there. So maybe that's not bad. But yeah, good little case. $50. Nothing crazy. Power supply. I did put in more than you would need, just in case in the future you need to upgrade maybe the CPU or the graphics card. Little things. So 600 watt 80 plus bronze from EVGA. You're not going to get the world's prettiest one for this price, but it'll get the job done. Sadly, you get these kind of icky colors, but for under $50, 600 watt, you gotta understand you're not going to get the cream of the crop. Good power supply nonetheless, and it has plenty of cabling. But that total build on PC Part Picker comes out to just under $700, $672. So you do have a little bit, you got some room to splurge here and there in a few items, like the motherboard. You can get a Z170 motherboard that will still run a non-overclockable chip, no problem. Like I said, when you want to want to upgrade to like maybe a Core i5, that's overclockable. There you go. But that's it. That is the entry level or over entry level gaming build, I'm going to call it. And now we have this guy. This one I'm going to call the extreme level gaming computer. We are working off of Broadwell E. That is the Enthusiast X99 platform. Here we have the Intel Core i7-6800K. And before you freak out, I know there's another one. Oh, was it 6850K? For more money. But you get more stuff with it. Still 6 cores, 12 threads. You go from 3.4 gigahertz to I believe 3.6 gigahertz. So 0.2 gigahertz base clock out of the box. Not justifiable, almost $200 more. You get 40 PCIe lanes. That's nice, but for this particular build, we're only doing a 2-way graphics card. I see no logical reason why to spend extra money for stuff you won't be using. By all means, if you just want to go overkill, buy it. But what we're doing with it, this right here, is more than enough, and will handle everything we need to throw at it for a while too. Of course, it is Broadwell E. We're going to overclock it because why not? You got the K SKU, so you want to keep it cold. Might as well throw an AIO cooler in there. So we went with the Corsair Hydro Series H100i, which is out of stock right now on Newegg. You can find it somewhere else, but it is a 240mm radiator with a nice, clean-looking water block, and water block built-in pump there. It's nice looking, and let's see if we can get these pictures to load up. Come on, Newegg. See, nice. It's pretty sleek looking, and it's really good. It's a Corsair AIO. They just get the job done. For motherboard, I actually splurged a bit on this one. It's the Gigabyte X99 Designaire. It is Gigabyte's newest line of X99 Broadwell E motherboards, and it's probably the best one they got. But it's awesome, and it's going to give you plenty of room to upgrade anything, although there's not many things you would or should upgrade. Some of the perks of this thing, though, let's look on the side here. Along with gigabit LAN going in, you get dual LAN ports plus 2 antenna ports for Wi-Fi. So unless your house just loses power or like the entire city goes off, you might still have service, honestly. You just get internet all over. You have USB 3.1 Type A and Type C. Wanted to make use of all that. X99 chipset, of course. Come on, load. There we go. And you have M.2 support, and you have U.2, which, if you want to take use of that, you can. I didn't implement any U.2 drives of any sort into it. Do you have quad channel memory? That's always nice. They do have an 8-pin CPU plug, which allows better overclocks. There's more power being delivered to your chip. That's fun. That's it. Great board though. Really, really good. Well reviewed. Now, here I got the HyperX Fury RAM sticks. I know, it's not G-Skill. We're going to change it up a bit. Good RAM though. And you only see one kit here. It's a 4x8. But there's actually 2 kits on the list. So you're going to populate all 8 DIMM slots. So this is a 32 gig kit. Double that up. 64 gigabytes of memory. Holy halibut. Why not though, right? So you're going to go overkill? Might as well go overkill in all of it. But really good. It's pretty fast overall. And it's DDR4, so compared to older models, it's like lightning fast. As a boot drive, you have that M.2 slot, might as well use it. So we have a HyperX Predator M.2. It's 240 gig. Really should only plan to use this for boot drive and maybe a few programs you use a lot. This is a pretty sizable build. If you're an editor, I will put your editing software on here, and you most use files. If you have like any reusable files like intros, outros to videos, or music files, or anything like that, put them on here. They can load up a lot quicker. Although overall, this computer is going to be a pretty fast thing because over here you have 500 gigs of Samsung SSD storage. Plenty of brands to go with. Samsung, it's just always been one of the most reliable for the best price, and you're really not going to have a bad day with this stuff. And it's 500 gigs, so you can game off of this, maybe your top 5 favorite games or whatever. But just you can edit off of it. Really good to use. And then for all your mass storage, you're going to actually, in this build, there's 2 WD Black 4 terabyte drives, 7200 RPM, so they're pretty fast. So there's going to be 2 of them to set them up in RAID. Editing rig, you want to save all your stuff, might as well keep them in RAID so you don't have anything fail on you. That's a terrible feeling. Not much to say about that. Here's where the money's at. You've got an X99 build, pretty good processor, might as well go with a pretty good graphics card. So there's a lot of 1080s out there, and obviously we're going to do 1080s. We're actually doing dual 1080s and SLI. But all through over the interwebs, through all the forums and websites and tech reviewers, everyone's doing 1080 reviews. It's getting boring. One of the best reviewed ones is the G1 Gaming from Gigabyte. They just did something right. It's like magic. They are sorcerers, and they got this stuff nailed down. This card overall is one of the best performing when it comes to TIMs. Silicone lottery comes into play. If you get a bad chip from NVIDIA, it doesn't matter if you have it on a custom loop or LN2. If you just have a bad chip and you lost the lottery, you're not going to have a good time. But minus the stuff you can't control, one of the best cards you can go with in this, you go with one of the hybrid air water cool combo kits. Didn't want to go with that because you have to put the 2 radiators in. We already had the 240 going in. That's just a lot of room to take up. Plus, I like the look of these. It's just, I like that cooler. It's nice blade design. I'm not a huge fan of orange, but I mean, just go with a Sharpie or maybe some like a paint of some sort. You just touch that up if you want. Won't really see it, but it's really nice. It's a good looking card, and it is fast. I mean, it is just a fast card. You're getting 8 gigs of GDDR5X. The X makes it. So 8 gigs total, 16 gigs of video RAM. When you consider you have 2 of them. I like that. Now for the case, you gotta house it all. Actually, all this expensive hardware, you know, $700 graphics cards, $500 or $400 chips, it's all gonna be housed in a $70 case from Cooler Master. It's the Master Box. Correct? Yeah, right. Yeah, Master Box 5. You've all heard of the Master case, really cool case, but this is a little something new. 9 SSD position, so upgradability in the future is ridiculous. I mean, even if you wanted just nothing but solid state storage, you can fit all of it in here. Plus, as you can see in the bottom, it's got the nice little housing to hide your power supply. I would want to hide, you know, the actual the housing of the power supply, but that's up to you. Plenty of room in the back here for cable management and all that. You have a nice grate up at the front, a lot of airflow there, movable filters. Look at all that space for a GPU. It's really deep. You won't need all that. More SSDs. Plus, they don't mention it directly, I don't think. You can do a custom loop. You've got the room to do it. So that's really handy. That's really useful. And for 70 bucks, a case of this quality, there's no way to go wrong with that. I mean, if you want something maybe a little bit bigger, go with the Master case. But Master Box for 70 bucks, and you get a side panel window, so you can put some LEDs and such in there, and you can see it. Now, all this stuff's gonna be drawing some power, so to power it, with a little overkill, or actually a lot of overkill. Corsair, 1000 watt. Might as well, and it's fully modular. Plus, this one has the nicer sleeved cables. Nicer, they're not nice, but they're nicer. They're all black, so they're not gonna like blatantly stand out in your build where you have all these nice looking components and then ketchup, mustard, no. So all black cables. 1000 watt is more than you would need, especially with all the new chips in the market today. They're all over power efficient, but it's reliable. Corsair's never made a bad power supply. Plus, it's 80 plus platinum. Whoa! So super power efficient, very reliable. There's nothing to go wrong there. Look at this. Estimated total draw is 700 watt. Well, 691 watts. But for this total build, full price comes to just under 3,500 bucks. Not a bad price, and you get a lot of good hardware that will last you a long time, or won't last you at all if you have to upgrade your system to the next level every single year. But that is it for the builds. You can pick whichever one you like or don't like. You can build whichever one you want or not. These are not the only way to go. These parts are compatible with tons of different other combinations. This is just what I thought would be a good setup for each of the price ranges. About 3,500 bucks and about 700 bucks. Depending on what your need is, you can change a few things. You can raise the price by easily adding parts. You can lower the price. I was, for this video, planning to do a dual 480 RX 480 build, but with the recent news of AMD Zen being actually talked about now from AMD, I wanted to hold back because I was going to do a full AMD build with an AMD FX processor and even AMD gaming memory. But we have Zen just around the corner, so I'm going to wait for that to come out. Hopefully by the end of the year, do a full AMD build. I think that'd be really cool. But that is all I have for you. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you don't, click the thumbs down. Leave a nasty, mean comment. Leave no comment. Doesn't really matter at this stage. But if you do think the video is cool and you do like it, hit subscribe, support the channel, and give me a reason to make more videos. Also, any of you guys have ideas of what to do in a future video, leave those down in the comments. Maybe shoot some ideas over at me. Nothing, just outrageous. No, hey, go out and build a $5,000 X99 boat and throw it off a bridge. I'm not going to do that. One, I can't afford it. Two, I had it. Now throwing it off a bridge. Where am I going with this? Whatever. I'm on a tangent. I'm going off. Anywho, click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Comment if not. But in any case, I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.